Alright guys, so we got some really exciting news about Stellar Blade and the fact that the developers Shift Up have had a record-breaking year, and this is thanks to their performance, the tons of money they made with Stellar Blade and with Nikke, and it just shows that yes, if you produce games for the gamers and not inject DEI nonsense such as Dragon Age the Veilguard, for example, you get to make a ton of profit and a ton of money, which is incredible. And of course, some of the Western developers are seeding now because Shift Up is even increasing their staff count because of this success. So let's just check this out, guys. Shift Up has had a record high yearly revenue and operational profits. Nikke recorded 105 million in revenue. Stellar Blade recorded 43 million in royalties from PlayStation. So after PlayStation took their money, they received 43 million. That is a lot of money for their first single-player AAA game, which, by the way, did not cost as much as, for example, these AAA Western games. It was much cheaper to develop. Stellar Blade received immense love from players worldwide and formed a strong fandom, expecting strong performance on Stellar Blade on PC. So developers have already said they're building the game for the PC. It's gonna come this year, 2025, and when it comes out, it's gonna be even better performance, and it's gonna have even more content. So guys, it's gonna be amazing. They will release also Nikke in China. New info on Project Witches will come in the next 6 months. They plan to launch after 2027. This is going to be a cross-platform action RPG game, I believe, something like that. Not sure yet. Shift Up has 322 staff members. Okay, 90% are developers. This is the secret. You only need maximum 10 to 15% in a company, people who are not developers, for marketing, for promotions, whatever. The rest of them, 90% or 80 to 90%, have to be developers, because otherwise you end up like Ubisoft. You have tons of bloat and people who don't know even how to make video games. Plan to expand to 420 max staff members by the end of 2025 to help development of Project Witchers. Again, really cool. These people know what they're talking about, which is amazing. I mean, look at this one. Also, for the PC optimization, they want to enhance user convenience, add additional content, and the game is going to be compatible with Steam Deck on day one. So yeah, again, really awesome stuff, guys. I mean, this game is going to have so much more profit on PC, because as you can imagine, PC players, they love these kind of games, and they can mod them as well, which is really cool. Upcoming releases: Nikke to launch in China 2025, Stellar Blade PC version expected to outperform consoles. So they already said they believe that the PC release is going to outperform the console release, which is crazy, right? Optimized for Steam Deck. Financial performance, as you can see here, record revenue, net profit, 33.7% growth, thanks to, in great part, Stellar Blade performance, and also, of course, Nikke, right? Revenue breakdown: Goddess of Victory, Nikke, and then Stellar Blade royalties, as you can see here, and workforce is going to increase as well. Really awesome stuff, guys. This is exactly what's happening here with companies which know exactly where to push their content. High hopes. The game, of course, will be releasing on PC, and they already confirmed that they're going to make a sequel. So Stellar Blade 2 is already in the works. They're going to work on it, build it. I'm pretty sure right now they're writing the script for the story and everything, but I am 100% sure that Stellar Blade Part 2 is going to release at some point after 2027, maybe 2028 or 2029 approximately. So 3 to 4 years from now, we may see potentially Stellar Blade 2 getting released, which is just freaking amazing, guys, because this game deserves a bunch of respect, because they have done an amazing work. I mean, look at this one. Shift Up shocks the industry with record-breaking growth powered by Stellar Blade. I mean, yeah, common sense. If you make good games, the industry is going to respond to you. I better say the gamers are going to respond to you by opening their wallet to you and giving you tons of money. If you produce games for the DEI agenda, for the modern audiences, such as Dragon Age the Veilguard, well, the opposite is going to happen. People are not going to buy your game. You're going to lose money. And what's going to happen? Well, like BioWare, they had to literally fire a bunch of people. And right now, BioWare Studios has less than 100 people after the debacle they had with Dragon Age the Veilguard. So guys, let this be another lesson to the woke gaming companies that if you want to make a good game, if you want to make money in this industry, you cannot push agendas, like as in identity agendas, on top of games, right? Really important. If your main priority is your gender identity and your politics and, you know, effectively your pronouns and stuff like that, then guess what? People are not going to buy your game. People want to have something enjoyable, attractive characters, fun gameplay, cool action. This is what the gamers want. End of story. Simple. That is it. I mean, it's not really rocket science, is it? I mean, this is pretty straightforward and plain obvious, but for some reason, many developers, many companies out there just fail to understand this basic concept. And Stellar Blade has a huge fandom, lots of fans, people are doing like lots of like cosplays and everything. It's just amazing, right? I mean, it's just incredible. But yeah, there we go, guys. This is again an example how companies which are smart and know how to extract profit from willing to play gamers, which know what they want. And really important, this is just fundamental. If you don't know what gamers want as a company, just ask them. It's very basic, very simple. Just like, for example, the CI Games CEO, Diminsky, he actually asked in a poll, just give you one example, what do people prefer for the gender of the characters, male, female, type of body A or B? 80% plus said they want they want male and female for the body type in the video game. That's just one example, because gamers are based, the gamers that modern audience kind of like, I would say, myth. All right, it's a myth. It doesn't actually exist. Gamers in general, they're traditional gamers, they like traditional games, and if you want to push your modern audience agenda into gamers, well, guess what's going to happen? You're going to sell very little money, so you're going to make very little sales, you're going to make very little money, and then you're going to basically have to fire a bunch of people from your studios because gamers are not going to open their wallets to your junk and your games, which are basically politics. So as a final message from me to the AAA industry, to the developers, to these woke companies, effectively, is very simple. If you don't cater to your audience, to your main audience, get ready to go bankrupt, get ready to get wrecked, because this is exactly what we have been seeing in Western companies. Korean companies and some Japanese companies in 2024, well, when other companies in the West were firing people, closing down studios, shutting them down, canceling projects, some Korean, quite most of the Korean developers and tons of Japanese developers, which are not part of like Square Enix and all these big companies, they were basically making tons of profit. Like Palworld, for example, right? They were making tons of profit in 2024 because they understood a very basic concept, which somehow these big companies forgot. And this concept is quite easy to get. If you want to make money, remember who is your target audience. Don't fall for the modern audience which is being sold to you or missold to you, because the modern audience just does not exist. Yes, it's there somewhere with an audience of like a few thousand people potentially, but that's not gonna make you millions. It's simple as that. So companies which are gonna wake up, they're gonna make profit, and companies which wanna go ahead and continue on this path of self-destruction, I mean, be my guest. You will destroy yourself and let other companies take center stage, such as Korean companies, Japanese companies, and maybe some, small Western companies which are kind of emerging and becoming the new Western standard once these big corporates like Ubisoft, EA, for example, will crush to oblivion little by little, year by year, as we've seen, because Ubisoft, for example, their share price is now getting dangerously close to 10 euros. 10 euros per share price, which from my point of view, that is just shocking. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, see you later in the next one.